beautiful Geminis. Hopefully you guys are doing well in this March season so far. I do apologize for getting this out a little bit late. I have had some personal stuff going on, so get that all solved, squared away, thankfully. So this is going to be your March 2019 reading. I pre-shuffled these cards already. These have just finished. I guess we're going to hop into it. Before I do, just keep in mind that this is general, so it is not going to be for absolutely everyone. If something does fit for you, if it resonates, perfect, beautiful. If it doesn't, please don't try to make it fit. And there are a ton of absolutely amazing YouTube readers out there as far as tarot goes. So feel free to click on another link if it doesn't fit for you. Okay. Go ahead and get started. All right, gems. So let's see, Spirit, what's going on for Gemini, March 2019. I have a couple that want to pop out. Gemini, March 2019. All right, we have 4. High Priestess, or priest in this deck, but that speaks about a lot of spiritual truth. This is someone that's on a spiritual journey. This also can be a lot about hidden things underneath the surface that one comes to light about or doesn't quite see yet, or is headed in the direction of figuring out. Second card we had was Judgment. Yeah, just said spiritual journey, and there it is right there. That Judgment card, that's what it is about, definitely. Judgment is when the universe finally comes in and kind of doesn't necessarily take the blindfold off, but they kind of reveal things to you because you are open to receiving. You know, the more open you become, the more you flow with the universe, the more they send in. What was it I used to say all the time? The more tuned on you are, the more tuned in you are, the more you tune on. So, like, you know, the universe, they're going to send you messages, signs, synchronicities, things like that. But they can't do it if you're closed off. If you're not in tune and spiritually open, you know, you're not going to receive anything. You're not even going to notice it. So I feel like whether it's you or someone else in this situation, Gem, someone has definitely had some kind of enlightenment, some kind of revealing, definitely spiritual, definitely. I feel like a lot of, not necessarily aha, but like the light came on. Like the light inside of them, something clicked for them. And it just opened them up. I'm seeing like solar plexus opening up, especially with this for some reason. And I never think this, but the halo on top of the head here, you know, this nice light, I'm seeing like opening of a solar plexus, which is beautiful because that's communication. You know, if you're connected to someone, and this isn't you specifically, this is someone that has been on a spiritual journey. It's the King of Cups we have here. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, gender fluid, male or female. But the King of Cups embodies someone that is very in tune, intuitive. They are very emotional and very sensitive. But the King tends to not let it on. They are definitely good at keeping their emotions in check, I guess you could say, keeping it underneath the surface. The saying, what is that? Still waters run deep. That's what I always think of when I think of the King of Cups card. Because that's definitely what they embody, you know. There's always more than meets the eye. There's always something going on beneath the surface. So maybe whether it's you or someone else, someone here has a definite emotions, deep-seated emotions in the situation, and they have kind of kept it underneath the surface. And then you have that Strength card here too, so it could be, you know, that's Leo energy. But it could just be someone having the strength to come forward, or the strength to be more open in this connection and reach that point of enlightenment within themselves. You know, it does take a lot of strength. I know when I started my journey, I'm a completely different person now than I was 2 years ago. I'm completely opened. I'm 100% different. And it was because I finally reached a point where I had to say, okay, you know, I'm strong enough to heal these things and move forward from these things. So maybe it's you or someone else that was able to heal and move forward, you know, and transform a little bit. We're going to get a couple more cards in here because I'm picking up a lot of energy, and we're like a couple minutes into this reading, so... What else do we have for gems? March 2019, Spirit. Yeah, it's the Two of Cups. Two of Cups. Okay, so we have that Two of Cups right off the bat. Yeah, so the emotions running deep. I feel like someone in this situation I feel like both were, obviously, because it is Two of Cups, so it is about balance. It's about balancing each other's overflowing cups out. So it's definitely a soulmate spiritual connection. I feel like someone, because of this connection, has had a lot of personal growth and strength that's come from it. Or maybe you guys are involved with someone, a soulmate, that has brought you a lot of strength while you were on your journey, while you were figuring out your spiritual path, you know, your purpose. Maybe you've had someone that's been there the whole time supporting you. Wow. Whew. Sorry, guys. I never cry, but I want to cry right now because it's powerful. And then you have that Five of Cups, you know, and that energy talks about not always necessarily just depressive. It can be like anxiety, intense feelings, things like that. But it's coming out of a situation where someone felt that, or someone felt like they were overcome, you know, that they were defeated, that emotionally they were just exhausted. They just couldn't go on anymore. They didn't know what to do. And let's see what we have. Yeah, I have that Nine of Swords. So mentally they were exhausted too. They were trapped in a situation where they just couldn't move forward. Where they just didn't know what to do. They felt imprisoned. Emotionally and mentally. And probably spiritually, I want to say too, because maybe that's part of this enlightenment. It was bringing them out of a period where they've been, you know, just so put down and low vibrational. They had to raise their vibrations. And spirits, you know, if you open up to it, they kind of help you along the journey. And then we have the Page of Wands coming in. And this Page of Wands, it's a passionate offer. You know, you have the Knight of Wands that comes rushing in. But I feel like the Page of Wands, it's an offer about some kind of passion someone's feeling, you know, creativity. It could be someone's coming in with an offer to spark some kind of creativity or passion or compassion or just a fire under your ass, so to say. I do feel a lot of sadness, though, for some reason. Like, this is very positive, but I feel like someone was very distraught. Like, they were very emotionally just depressed. They were very down. They were, yeah. Yeah. Let's see what, yeah, the Eight of Swords. Definite mental conflict, confusion. But with the Eight of Swords, it's a little bit different because the Eight of Swords, it's like you had the blinders on. And it's so funny because you have the Strength card here with Leo. You just had the Sun card pop out, which again is definitely that energy. So some of you could totally be connecting with a Leo. But this is like if you would just take the blindfold off and see more clearly things, you know, someone had to take that blindfold off. I'm really feeling heavily like that's what it was. Someone needed to take some kind of blindfold off. They were, you know, not seeing the connection for what it was. Or maybe, I don't know, I'm just feeling like maybe they weren't seeing their worth in this connection either. For some reason, that just popped in my head. Yeah, because you have that Five of Pentacles. Someone definitely felt like they were left out in the cold. Like they were completely left out. And it feels like this Five of Cups energy that they were in, it almost feels like they put themselves in the cold. Like they removed themselves from the situation, or they pulled themselves back because they weren't healed in themselves. Yeah, it's almost like, because I know personally from experience with depression, and I was just talking to a friend about this the other day, that it feels like you're in a bubble. Like you see everyone around you, everyone's there, and you can see them trying to interact with you and connect with you, and it's like there's a bubble there, and you can't get out, and they can't get in, and it's like you want so badly to reach through, but you can't. You know, until that bubble disappears and you remove it yourself, you can't reach anyone, and they can't reach you, and that's what this energy feels like. It feels like someone either left someone in the cold because they were depressed inside themselves and they had a lot of soul searching to do, which might very well be it, and then judgment comes in and says, okay, you know what, it's time. Like you've hit this point. It's time to offer your love. It's time to love, to have the strength to love again. Or, you know, if they didn't push someone away, it was like they were so depressed in themselves that they felt like they were in the cold, like they felt like they weren't worthy, they felt like they couldn't be loved. And that, you know, no one would want to be this for them. That strong, sturdy, you know, love someone that deeply. They didn't think it was possible. They didn't have the strength to do that. But you do have this Page of Swords too. And this is some air energy, of course, but it does talk about someone keeping an eye on someone else. Or it can also be communication coming in that's truthful, you know, that's kind of cutting to the point. I feel like that's more communication. For some reason, I feel like some of you haven't talked to this person for a while, or, you know, if you have been in a relationship with this person, there's been a great disconnect, and it's like you've both been just disconnected from each other for a while, and then someone finally just steps up and speaks some truth to each other, you know, and then you speak that truth, or a message comes in that speaks some truth to you, or you relay that to someone else that you feel this for, and then that Sun card comes in. You know, that's happiest card. You can't get any more Sunshine Sally than the Sun card. It's not going to happen. But this Sun card, it's like it lights up the darkness for someone. Whether it's you, Gem, or the other person. It's like someone coming back with this message, this truth, just lights their world up. You know, and it's like it's exactly what they've been waiting on. Man, you guys have me feeling some emotions in this reading. Like nobody's business. I have not felt this with any of the other readings as intensely as I do right now, Gem. Like, you guys are on a journey. Yeah, Seven of Cups, but it's reversed. So someone was either focused on other options and so consumed with everything else going on in their life that they didn't realize what they had. Or it could very well be that Five of Cups energy. That Five of Cups energy that leaves you depressed, leaves you beaten down. It's like you can't see what's in front of you because you are so overwhelmed with what you're going through. And then, yeah, you have that Two of Wands. That communication is definitely coming in. You know, it's that movement forward. It's that making a decision, making that choice to move forward and to, I want to say, like, rewrite the script almost. As crazy as that sounds right now. That's what I'm getting, like, rewrite the story, rewrite the script. What's happened between us, like, rewrite it. I'm going to get one more on that one. One more, Spirit. If you can just do one card right now, please. I want to see how this Two of Wands. Definitely. I have one that wanted to jump. Do I have another one? I always have more than one. Never fails. That's fine. It's just more for you guys, right? Yeah. Someone's heading towards a different perspective. After this, I love when they do this. The Seven of Cups, that disillusionment coming out of that, and then you're heading towards a different perspective. Someone needed to become enlightened to see a different perspective in this situation. Completely. 100%. Because they are headed in that direction. And that Hangman energy it's very intense, too, because it's like you're choosing to see it from a different perspective. And it feels like it's because someone's been stuck in a situation or in a mindset or in karma or trauma or anything like that for so long that they didn't see it. They didn't get it. And then that sun comes back with that truth and it just lights them up again and they get it. They get it. Yeah, because you had that Moon card, but it was reversed. So Moon is always about things that are like hidden underneath. Again, the King. Still waters run deep. There's a lot going on under the surface. Well, it's finally coming out. I feel like that Page of Swords energy especially. And then that Page of Wands. It's like a passionate offer coming in. And it's a truthful, honest offer they're making. And it's revealing some kind of truth. It's been between the two of you. I feel like there's been the bubble. I feel like there's been a bubble, a disconnect. And more was going on than met the eye. And someone needed to be honest about it and tell them how they felt. Let's see what else we got. And wanted to pop out. It did not. But I am going to look at it. Yeah, so Ten of Swords. For anyone wondering. And it's the end of a cycle. It's the end of an era where there's been a lot of mental turmoil, a lot of exhaustion. Yeah, Seven of Swords. Oh, well, that happened. Okay. Oh, wow. I'm taking this card, though, guys. Yeah. I don't know how I'm going to get it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so little. I'm so sorry. I have to like get up and everything. It's fine because it's worth it. Believe me, you're gonna want to see this card. So the first card that you got, okay, it was that Seven of Swords, but it was reversed. So yeah, someone was deceiving either someone else in this situation, or they were deceiving themselves for what it was, that for missing. They had those blinders on. They needed to take them off. They just weren't seeing it. They weren't getting it. And then you had that Six of Swords. And to me, you know, that Six of Swords, again, it speaks of a lot of mental confusion, but it's balancing it out somewhat. I mean, it's not, you know, the Nine of Swords is completely overwhelmed. This is someone that's been, felt like they've been battling this and this balancing and this healing for a while. And then the card that I had to go jump and get was that Ace of Cups. You know, new beginnings in love, new beginnings in fulfillment and happiness and joy and contentment. You know, that's beautiful. I feel like this is what this whole timeline has been leading up to. All of these things and this person finally coming to this realization and someone else pulling them out of this state. I feel like heavily someone else either inspired another person to come out of this depressive state, because the thing is with any kind of mental health issue, or I mean just in general, you know, you can't make someone change. You can inspire them to change, but they have to want to change themselves at the end of the day. And I feel like that was the case of this. I feel like someone was the sun in this other person's life. They just lit it up. And I feel like that's what it took for this person to overcome everything they've overcome in their life. And to get to this point to where, you know, they had this fulfillment. They had this happiness. They're out of these dark places. There is no more deceit. There is no more, you know, unknowns. They recognize the connection for what it is. They're ready to fight for it. And then they have this beautiful, spiritually guided connection, this Ace of Cups. That's wonderful. Jones, y'all are either really inspiring somebody, or somebody has got you inspired and brought you through the darkness. And man, if that isn't some intense spiritual love, I don't know what is. That you cannot get any more spiritually in tune than that. Someone that pulls you through that darkness, that is beautiful. So anything else you want to tell Gems, Spirit, March 2019. Two of Wands, again, repeat card. Did not fly out, but it wanted to. That one wanted to pop out. We're going to do it one more time, just in case any of them that wanted to come out. The Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups. That fulfillment. That spiritual ultimate. Yeah, guys. This is definitely this is definitely a spiritual connection. Someone was fighting. I feel like this is more internal than external. I feel like this was a very internal battle that they had within themselves. That they just, I don't know if you can see, but it's like, you know, whether it was around other people or within themselves, they were fighting a lot of battles internally. And then they had that tower moment. And that tower, you know, you can prolong it, but you can't avoid it. It is a universal card. This is Major Arcana. It is going to happen. And it's going to happen in universal timing, too. You can delay it all you want to, but when they say it's going to happen, it's time. It's coming in. I feel like that's what it was for them. Yeah, because they were definitely not seeing. You know, the Four of Pentacles speaks about stubbornly hanging on to things, and I feel like for me, the Four of Cups is stubbornly pushing love away almost. Because you just, you don't see it because you don't choose to see it. You don't want to see it. Then you have that lovely Two of Cups energy again. Coming right back in to clarify, verify that, yeah, this is definitely a deep spiritual soul connection. And then now you have Nine of Swords coming in. You had that Page of Swords, you had that Page of Wands, and now they're coming in as a Knight. They are charging in with that truth. And I want to say tread lightly if it's you coming in. Speaking a truth to someone, to tread lightly, to do it tactfully, with an open heart. And then if they come in and it feels almost like they're fumbling a little bit. Like it's like they don't know how to express the pain they were going through. And it's like, okay, if that is the case, and if someone does come back that was going through a ton of shit, like they just emotionally physically, mentally. They had so much going on internally. Give them time. You know, you can't just expect someone to go through all that they did and handle the baggage they had and then just openly just lay it on your table. Some people can do that, and they are fantastic at that, and that is wonderful. But some people pick up the baggage and they clean it up and they put it all in a nice, neat pile for you. But in this situation, I feel like patience is going to be needed. It's like they are slowly coming in with different things, you know, that they had to struggle and battle with. And it's like the more you become that sunshine, that light for them, the easier it is. And yeah, it's like sunshine. It's like you warm them. You have that warmth, so they feel welcome with you. They feel welcome to lay their baggage out, to open up bit by bit by bit. You know, and that it's okay, that they're accepted. That's absolutely beautiful. Do just one more card. If you'll do that. Just one more card. Okay. Oh, that's fine though. I'm taking this card. Okay. King of Wands. So definite fire energy. We've had a lot of air energy. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We've had plenty of cups. It could be Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. We've had some Leo in here. We've had some Aries, I think. But like King of Wands, like that is someone standing their ground in their passion. That is the man that you want to take charge. And I feel like either you are embodying this for them, or this is someone in your life that's like, you know what? You've been through hell. Let me help. Let me pick up these burdens for you. Let me help you unpack. And then you have the Lover's card. You know, twin flame indicator. I didn't have my Four of Wands here to verify, but you do have a deep, whether it is a karmic, deep, soulful connection with someone, or it is, in fact, a twin flame situation. And the Lovers is also about choices. It is also the card of Gemini. So it could go many ways. This could be a twin flame connection. This could be someone coming in and sparking that in someone else and them having to go through these battles. And they did that because at the end of the day, they knew that this was the person they were going to be with. Or this can represent you, straightforward, and someone with this fire energy. At the end of the day, speaking your truth with love. Fulfilling each other with that love, with that truth. Being open and honest and communicative and just giving. It's going to be equal. It's going to be magnificent. It's beautiful. Yes. We are going to end on that, gems. Let me grab my little universal cards real quick. Shuffle them once or twice, and then we're going to get these out for you. That's beautiful. That is that connection. It is a soul deep. Wow. Someone was definitely in a pit of darkness. Maybe a dark night of the soul. Maybe, you know, they had so much trauma in their life, and it's like you inspired them to heal it, and they healed it themselves. And then someone comes in, and they are that sunshine in their life. I wanted to come out. What does it say? When I lean on certainty and faith, I change my mind about the world I see. I wanted to come out, it didn't, but it felt like I needed to tell you, so I did. I choose to learn through love. Yeah, that's beautiful. There's so much love, so many cups, so much connection, so much fulfillment that was possible in this situation. I am the loving energy of the universe. You guys are feeling the love, Gem. I love it. Love it. I recognize that I've chosen fear, and I choose again. I choose love. Yeah. I think that someone in this situation definitely had to overcome a lot of trials and tribulations. A lot of probably fears. Now that this is here, that makes a ton of sense with the mental anxiety and confusion. If you're not ready to love, and you come across the person that inspires you to love, they might just scare the shit out of you. I mean, they probably will scare the shit out of you at some point. But it's because, you know, that love is so powerful that eventually you have to say, okay, I'm not afraid anymore. I'm choosing love. I'm choosing love and light, and I'm going to be happy. All right, gems, with that, I will bid you adieu. Hope you guys have a fantastic March. Love and light. Bye.